Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to Talking Pop Culture Live, episode 4. And we got the guys from Aussie, I can't say this word, Omnibus Collectors with us again.
You got it.
Got it. How are you, Nick?
Doing well, Matt. Doing well. How you going?
I'm going great, mate. Flying. We know you're in isolation for a week, so you got a lot of stuff planned.
Yeah, I've got a bit of free time on my hands, so it's nice to squeeze me in then. Nice. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Drew, how are you, DC?
Good boys, how you going? Thanks for having us.
No, thanks for coming in. I see you've got your Dolphins jersey there to piss Mark off.
I have, in honor of Mark. We don't get to talk a lot of sports on our channel, so got to bring it out when I'm on the channel.
Yeah, good.
Mark, how are you, mate? Got anything to say in return to that?
Miami doesn't bother me too much. I like Dan Marino.
Yeah. We're harmless. We don't win much.
The time I heard Dan Marino was in that, what was it, Ace Ventura?
Yeah. Classic.
You guys will forgive me if I just kind of looks up my connection freezes when you start talking about sports and I have nothing to say. So
you're frozen.
No, well, in the comments we have Bo, another member of your crew. Thanks for joining us, Bo.
Tracking Bo.
We have Sean. Thank you for joining us, Sean. As always, appreciate it, mate. We have Miss Might, who I believe is one of
my better half.
Your better half. Thank you very much for tuning in as well. We have Drew's part-time lover.
Oh, Drew is here. Don't worry about Nick. Don't worry about that guy.
And then Mark Shaw, he's Mulligan.
Yeah, what happened is I was just trying to even it out on the sides, and I went too far one side. And I was like, bugger it. But it'll come back next week.
There, Mark. That's
we've all been there for sure.
I'm just going, should I just keep it shorter? I'm just going, just take it off. I'll regrow it.
You don't want to get it too short. You end up like someone.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. And you go, I can't come back from this.
I guess we'll get.
I love the intro, guys. You can tell you're a wrestling fan. That was very wrestling. That was like a wrestling intro. That one.
If I flip this up, you'll see all my AEW toys up there, which replaced all my WWE toys that have been put in the cupboard because, well, I'm really liking AEW at the moment.
All I noticed was Marvel Legends at the top. Sorry, Matt.
You got Marvel Legends.
I could have sworn it looked like Marvel Legends.
No. I've only got one Marvel Legends toys, and that's the Punisher. And I got a Stan Lee toy. They're the only two Marvel toys I got.
Okay. Well, they're good ones to have.
I'm not I'm more of a DC fanboy, but I'm not one of those F Marvel kind of DC fanboys. I love them both dearly, but I collect more DC. So,
but if the house is on fire, you take DC and leave Marvel behind.
I'll take Stan as well.
He gets the exception.
Stan gets an exception. We'll get into our first segment, which is this week's reads. All right, Mark, you can kick us off. What did you read that you enjoyed this week? I'll give you the screen so you can, if you got anything to show.
Yeah. I read a few ones. Have you read Deathstroke yet, Matt?
No, spoiling Deathstroke.
Yeah, I'll leave that one alone. I got Iron Fist trade, so 6 issues of that. And I read this all this week, and a few other books. But I think it just only came out on trade about a month or two ago. That series just finished about 2 or 3 months ago, and I liked it. Like, the storyline's not amazing, but there's characters in it. Like, he has a team. It's something about this villain has to cut out Dragon's heart so he can get powerful. So they go to these different sort of Kunlun areas, and they have to protect the dragons. And It's Iron Fist, Luke Cage. There's this girl who's got heaps of spiders. I've never seen her in comics before, but she was pretty cool. And and then there's sort of these zombies around as well. Like the main villain has this army of zombies, and they just fight zombies basically. And even if they remove their heads, they still can bite you and stuff like that. And yeah, it was pretty cool. It was fun, but I'm not going to say it's amazing. But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, so that's what I read this week.
What was it? Iron Fist.
Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon. So the
Heart of the
bad guy
Dragon.
needs like 7 dragon hearts, and so they go to the different universes and like protect the dragons.
Yeah, you guys read that or?
I haven't. Nick, have you read that?
I haven't read that one. That's the new Larry Hammer series, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. People were kind of happy that he came back because he's a pretty classic writer. But I haven't read that one. I do love Iron Fist. I've read most of the more modern. There was the Car Andrews one a couple of years back, which was pretty good. But I think that's the last one I read. Iron Fist doesn't get a lot of ongoings. He just gets a few minis here and there. So every now and then I'll catch up on the trades I've missed. But no, I've got to check that one out. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Never read an Iron Fist in my life.
Iron Fist is all right, man. If you're going to start with anything, you start with Immortal Iron Fist by Brubaker and Matt Fraction. That is the quintessential modern age story. I'm disappointed the Netflix show didn't take more inspiration from it, but it's a really good, fun, Drew's going to smile when I say it's a delightful read. It really is. And it's got great art by David Aja for the most part too. So definitely
Brubaker wrote it.
Brubaker wrote like the first 5 issues co-written with Matt Fraction. So I would say really it's a Matt Fraction run at the heart of it.
Because I'm on like a massive Brubaker binge.
Look, check it out, because if you don't like the first arc, it's not going to be for you. But like it's an overarching story that goes for maybe 2 or 3, probably 4 arcs for Fraction's run, and then I forget who takes over it afterwards. But the first arc is self-contained enough, but if you like it, it'll reward you for reading the next 3 or 4 that follow it. So it's really good.
Yeah,
I like Iron Fist. I just finished reading the Bresson run as well, which is a few years before that, and I really like that too. You're probably never going to get better than the Immortal Fist series, but
I love that one. I know Drew and a few other people are waiting for a reprint of the Omnibus of that series, because that's been long since out of print. That's a whale for a lot of people. I'd love to get my grubby mitts on that one.
Me too.
Did you say it's David Aja on art?
Yeah.
I love David Aja. He did the Hawkeye series.
So if you like the Matt Fraction Hawkeye series, you'll
like up to issue. I got 3 more issues left. 2 more issues left. I'm up to issue 20. There's 22 of those.
Yeah.
Of Hawkeye,
22.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but yeah.
It's not. It's different. It's not for everyone, but I enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed when that was coming out, like in publication, and it was delayed and whatnot, and just eagerly anticipating the arrival every week. It was a good fun time.
Well, we'll just segue into you, Nick. What have you read this week that you've?
I haven't read a heap of stuff, but I've been trying to catch up on my back catalog. I've got a love for both floppies and hardcovers and collected editions. So I've got a big pile of, you can't really see it. Oh, you can see a little bit. There's a pile of, floppies and whatnot that I've been trying to catch up on, but been binging the most recent Black Cat series. I mentioned that on our most recent live chat, but I've read a few more arcs of it, and it's really fun. Like, I think a lot of people will probably dismiss just being like, whatever, like a Spidey tie-in type thing, but it's its own story. Jed McKay is the writer. It's got a little bit of inconsistent art that just gets continually better, but it's just lots of heist stories, and without spoiling too much of it, like she basically has kind of like a father figure character with the Black Fox, who you can tell from the beginning is going to betray her. He has writings on the wall. That's just how all kind of crime heist movies and TV shows go. But just a whole lot of stuff with like the Thieves Guild, and the Black Fox basically steals the rights to the island of Manhattan and then trades it to this spiritual demon in charge of like holding the vaults of the entire city. It's this crazy story, but it's just so much fun. And Black Cat is such a likable character. Jed McKay's writing is really good. There's a lot of parts where I genuinely like laughed out loud to myself and looked around like, oh, no one's here. Cool. I can't share this with anyone. That's cool. I'll go back to just me enjoying it. But the most recent arc, the Gilded City, is kind of like the ending to like a year and a half story. And I actually just finished the last issue just before I hopped on now, and it was really, really good. So it's especially if you want something a bit more lighthearted, not too seriously, but a bit of fun. I love a heist. During the King in Black event, her tie-ins were literally stealing Doctor Strange out of like a gigantic symbiote ball. She like plans a heist to steal him out, and I thought that was just a really fun time. So definitely check out Black Cat when you guys get a chance. It's well worth the read.
Yeah, I picked up the first issue of the series that's going now, like a couple of years back, I think.
Yeah, it started in 2019. It got 12 issues, and then there was a bit of a hiatus because the creative team had delays because of COVID. And then they thought, you know what, let's just relaunch it with a number one when King of Black comes out anyway. So you've got 2 volumes by the same guy consistently. I hate when Marvel does that. It's it's worse when there's like 5 issues, they cancel it, start again, and you look at the back of a trade and it says collecting 1 to 5 of 2017 A, and then 1 to 5 of 2017 B. Like that's even more confusing. Yeah.
I like Jed McKay as well. He's a good writer.
He's good.
Yeah, he's writing that Death of Doctor Strange, the Moon Knight at the moment as well. So yeah,
I kind of regret not jumping on Moon Knight. Right, I've been trying to cut back on floppies where I can, but issue 3 apparently is a little bit hot, a little bit yeah. With
that's the one I'm up to. I haven't read that one yet, but
I just saw the cover. I'm like, I don't know who's doing the cover art, if it's Finch or what, but that art is fantastic.
Yeah, I should receive issue 3 next week. My order should get in here hopefully. But I did Moon Knight. The first one I didn't really enjoy, but the second issue I was like, oh, you know what?
Good.
This is starting to get really good.
Yeah, but you're not wrong, Mark. Watch out for Jed McKay. I reckon he's got a lot of range. He's going places.
And as you said before too, he's pretty funny. You can tell it's him, like in there.
And it's kind of like here's a serious action moment, and then you've just peppered in a lighthearted joke, and I wasn't even expecting it, and I fully embrace it and take it on board. So he's definitely worth a check out.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan.
All right,
How's it going,
DC?
Ryan?
You're up, mate. Yes, hi to Ryan. Hi to Captain Saro. Give you a virtual hug as well. Xander, baby, Karina. How are you guys? All thank you for joining us. Karina was recently won the $15 random community support giveaway. If you're still here, Karina, let us know if you bought anything, what you've bought, what the money went towards. All right, DC, what'd you read this week, mate?
So floppies, I'm probably about a week behind. I didn't go to the comic shop last week. Actually, I did go to the comic shop, but it was closed. Love how that works. Hey, Ryan. So I'm going to go there today, so I'll pick up some. But what I'm reading, usually what I do when a movie's coming out that I'm interested in and it's got a book, I'll read the book to get an idea what it's about. And I am one of those guys that always say that the book's always better than the movie. Usually, most of the time, that's true. So the Marvel movies obviously come out. I know all the characters, who they are, but the Eternals, I don't know. I've never read the Eternals. I don't really know what it's about. So I'm diving into this, the Eternals Omni, at the moment. Nice. So I'm about 10 issues in. So this is written and drawn by Jack Kirby. It's from the 70s, so it can be a hard read, to be honest. Jack Kirby's obviously Mount Rushmore of artists and creators, but he's not a Mount Rushmore of writers. So obviously he was allowed to do this one, being Mr. Marvel at that point. But look, it has its moments, but it keeps you in it because of the art. The art, it's really colourful. It's very bright colours and stuff happens. But it's funny that there's this massive fight in New York City, and it's just the Eternals, and for some reason there's no other Marvel characters, even though they all live in New York, which I find really strange. But it's not bad. There's some kooky stuff from the 70s, like there's a they're fighting one of the gods, and to stop him they shoot a blanket cannon at him to throw this big blanket on him. Like, this guy's shooting stuff out of his eyes, but a blanket's going to hold him back. So It's very set in the, it's very 60s, 70s. But it's okay. The art's amazing. So I always recommend Jack Kirby's art. As everyone knows, he is the GOAT. But yeah, that's what I'm reading at the moment.
Nice.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, how fucking annoying it is. Part of my French, part of my morning language. But we're gonna get to see Shang-Chi. I don't think we're gonna get to see Eternals.
Yeah.
I hope we're opened up for bloody Spider-Man because I have no idea. I want to do what you're doing. I might have to jump on that on Marvel Unlimited because I couldn't hold a book like that. How do you read those omnibuses when you get near the end?
You either have to have it on a flat surface or put your knees up and have it against your knees. But always, as we always say, take the dust jacket off.
Yeah, don't be a savage.
Because reading those, but no, I have to do my research on that because I have no idea.
And this one's pretty thin compared to some of the other ones. There's some very thick boys out there.
That's thin.
You get some big muscles.
I made a promise to my wife the other day that if I decide to, for whatever reason, knock her off, I'll do her in with the gigantic copy of Big Damn Sin City because it's literally the biggest book that I own.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to put it to good use at the very least.
Well, enjoy your day at work, Bo. We'll enjoy just kicking back. Now, my reads was, I mentioned it before, because I'm up to date with my last month's comics, is Hawkeye, the Matt Fraction series. It kind of feels like an indie. It doesn't really feel like a Marvel kind of title. It feels like
it's very self-contained in the Hawkeye little universe.
It's a bit weird when they jump from because you got Kate Bishop's story and then you've got Barton's story, and I'm guessing it all comes together at the end. I'm only up to issue 20. I got 2 more to go, but actually my favorite issue was the one where you see everything in the dog's eyes.
Yeah, issue 11. That's a classic issue.
That's probably been my most favorite issue. I'm wondering if in the show, as we saw in the trailer, the Russian blokes, do you reckon they're gonna be saying that word bro every freaking?
I hope so. They better be.
I'll give us the proper tracksuit mafia, and I'll be happy.
Yes,
I'm gonna be devil's advocate here, but I got annoyed of it.
Oh really?
I don't mind it. I thought it was good. I found it endearing.
I say bro when I talk, but they're like bro, something bro, something bro, something bro, something bro. I think that's what throws me off sometimes when I'm reading it. Have you read it, Mark?
No, I haven't read that one. No.
Yeah,
it's good. It's a quick read.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first arc, the Barton arc. I didn't love the Kate Bishop stuff as much, but overall it was awesome.
What's going on, Simon?
Hey, Simon.
Go on, Simon. Nice. I was debating whether I put that comment up, but how?
Matt, when you're reading it, are you reading issue by issue? Just 17, 18, 19.
Yeah.
Like the way that most normal people would read a comic book series. You're doing that?
Yeah.
It's better to split it up because when they released the trades, they did all the Barton issues and then all the Kate issues as one story arc because every second issue is the other person's perspective, from halfway through. So it was a bit weird. And then even when in the Omnis, when you read it, they've collected it. It's weird. It's 13, 15, 17 because it's a bit odd when they do it like that. And then, like I mentioned before, there was lots of publication delays. So we were going 4 months between issues sometimes, and it wasn't even the person you wanted to read. So it was a little
I didn't mind the Katie Bishop stuff. I liked her when she was investigating in LA and that. I didn't mind that, but it just threw me off because I was just hang on. First minute I'm reading Hawkeye, and then I'm reading this, and then I'm reading that. If I had known it was like that, I would have read all his issues and then all her issues.
Yeah.
Like that. But man, thank God for Marvel Unlimited or else, because I used to just buy all my trade paperbacks when I wanted to read all these series.
Yep.
Man, $90 a year. Marvel Unlimited, you get it all.
It's not a bad value. Not bad at all.
I was hoping to get a video for this segment. I'm gonna chop it up. I'm gonna go off the show and tell segment. So we're dropping the 5 random questions and we're bringing in show and tell. Kind of, I don't know if you guys used to do it at primary school as well. So
I love me
had
some
a cool
show
intro video, but it bloody won't upload. But we'll go with show and tell. Mark, we'll let you go first, mate. What have you got to do for show and tell?
I picked this up with some random artist. I got his name, but I picked up his card. I got this at Supernova this year. So it's a Mr. Freeze.
That's cool.
That's
yeah. I
I
remember
love
just
it.
walking past, and I'm going, that looks really cool. And at the time, like this before lockdown, I was thinking about getting a new tattoo, and it was going to be Mr. Freeze or Captain Cold on my leg.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going through it like, that's a good idea. And we were talking to him about it and wording him up to whether he can design another Mr. Freeze for me, so as well,
Awesome.
so I can get it tattooed on my leg. But yeah, obviously lockdown and tattoos cost a bit of money too, so we'll wait and see unless I get it done. But yeah, I can't remember the artist's name, but yeah, I really liked this, so I picked it up, and I think it only cost me $30.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mr. Freeze, my favorite Batman villain, Mr. Freeze.
Oh, Mr. Freeze is my second favorite villain. So Captain Cold's my favorite, but yeah.
Awesome.
Is it like an original or is it a photocopy print?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
He does it on his laptop, so he does the yeah.
That's
He was
cool.
showing me how he did it, so yeah, it was pretty cool. But I can't remember his name, but yeah, he was a really cool dude. I was talking to him for about half an hour, so yeah, cool. That's my show and tell.
Yeah, after watching Alex and Rod on your channel, guys, doing all their prints, I think I'm going to pick up a new habit. I think next time.
Yeah.
I already
Jeez,
bought one
really cool,
online off an Instagram artist who I'm waiting to come through. It's going to obviously take a while for the delivery, but yeah, I'm starting to dig art now. I was more of the story boy when it came to comics, but now I realize some stories that I'm really not enjoying. I'm enjoying the art, so I keep buying it for the artwork.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's how I read comics, to be honest. I'll go artist first. Obviously, I have my favorite writers, but it's the artist I love, and I'll follow an artist wherever they go.
Okay, cool.
Oh, well, Drew, since you're thereabouts, why don't you hit us with your show and tell?
Sure. Well, I don't collect a lot of toys. It's a habit I don't want to get into, to be honest, because it can be expensive. Yeah, as you know.
Expensive one.
Yeah, but I'm a child of the 80s. I'm that old, unfortunately. And one of my first loves was Voltron.
Nice.
So this is This is from a company called Super 7. I don't know if you've heard Super 7. They make these awesome toys. So they have these nice little covers that you lift off, and they've got a lot of glare.
That's
and you
neat.
got a toy in there.
That's
So
really
I love
cool.
it. And I'm not gonna. I'll leave this in a box. I'm not going to take this out. But it's also, you got a lot of things to play with, and they do a lot of others. There's they have a Turtles line. They've got a Simpsons line coming out pretty soon. They've got some Conan ones. I've got a Conan one over there. I should have grabbed it. I'll grab it in a minute. But yeah, Super 7. I love their stuff, and looks really good on a shelf too. Displayed it, so
Cool.
recommend.
Super 7 make quality stuff, man.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I'm hanging for Go Figure collectibles to open again. I miss going into there.
Yeah.
For the toys.
Sunshine, yeah.
No, Coburg, that one. I think.
Oh yeah. I've been there before.
That's the big warehouse one.
Yeah. Freaking Transformers. I've got
another one. Yeah.
I've got what was it? I bought the original. What was it? In the 80s? The original cartoon? Was it the 80s?
Yeah. Voltron.
Yeah, I bought the DVD set.
Yeah, I used to have all the toys and everything. I mean, I wish I had kept them. So,
I wish my parents never threw them out.
Yeah, Conan. This is a Conan one.
That's
I love
sick.
Conan. And that's a classic comic one. You can get the movie one too.
As if you don't want to take them out and pose them around, Drew. Let them breathe, man.
Look how nice that looks on a shelf. It looks beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
And they're just a great package. I love it. I love stuff.
I can respect that.
In the packets.
You know how long it took me to open up these toys to put them on display because I've ran out of. I've got if I told you go ask Andrew how many toys I've opened. Go to the comic shop. He'll tell you exactly. I got more than his shop. I had to box them all up because the missus moved in. I needed space, but I hated having to open up toys. I just went and made sure they were worth nothing for starters. And then I opened them, but yeah, a lot of them from the Arrow show and the Flash show. But yeah, man, don't open it.
I used to get a lot of the Mark might know the McFarlane NFL and NBA figures. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
So I used to get I'll cover the whole wall's covered, and now I've had to box them all up. There's about 10 boxes in the roof.
Yeah, I got Irving at Cleveland, and I got what's his name at Indiana, George.
Oh, Paul George. Yeah.
Paul George, yeah.
I used to get they did the Legends ones, which was great. Larry Bird and Magic and all those. They were awesome.
Yeah.
Take it out of the box, Daddy.
Let it breathe, Drew. Let it breathe.
That's something I would expect someone driving past in a white van to say, Simon.
I just seen at Andrew's store that they did have a Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace is my favourite NBA player of all time. And Andrew has a Ben Wallace one, so I'll be picking that up when he opens back up.
Did you, just off side topic, did you watch the Malice at the Palace doco?
No, I'm still not going to watch that. I don't
Really?
like Indiana. I don't like Indiana.
It's honestly,
it's really good.
I'll watch any sports or music documentary, anything that comes out. That was one of the best docos I've ever seen. Honestly, it was.
I remember
got a good
watching
name.
it live, but yeah.
What was that, Nick?
It's got a good name, Malice at the Palace.
Malice
That sounds
at the
pretty
Palace.
cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Got to make it rhyme. All right, Nick, what do you have for us today?
So I mentioned to you boys before, I'm in a bit of a ISO right now, so I'm going to be home for most of the week. So I've already started finding ways to take up and preoccupy my time. And I've been on a bit of a Lego kick the last couple months, actually. Drew can attest to that. And I guess this kind of ticks a bit of the nostalgia box as well. You can probably see what I'm holding up here.
Oh, is that the Super Nintendo? Fuck.
Lego Nintendo.
Is that made out of Lego?
That's Lego.
Wow.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, dead set.
It is too.
That is so good. And it's even got the cartridge.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Wow.
So, my
You
wife
have to
and
blow
I.
it. You got to blow in it before you put it in.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. You know, it actually says on the cartridges not to blow on that, but we all did it anyway. But here's the part that got me really excited.
That is so awesome.
Not
Yeah.
done yet. If you're impressed with that, it comes with a TV.
Oh, get out of here.
Tell me Mario moves.
Get out of here.
Wow.
That's
So
pretty cool.
I don't actually have there's one other part. So when Lego Mario kind of came about, I'm not sure if you guys have kept up with it, but it's a bit of a different kind of thing altogether. It's like a big fatter kind of toy. It's got like little LEDs in it. It's definitely marketed at kids to actually play with, build your own Mario levels and play with it.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have that Mario and you put it here, it'll actually play the theme song and all the sound effects as you move it along. So I don't have that, but my housemate has said that once I finish building this, he'll treat me to it. So stay tuned for an updated version. Of
Where'd you pick that up from? Because I guess
the actual Lego store. And look, I'm not gonna lie, man, they're not cheap. It was like $350 for this set, but you know, bunch of hours and movies later, I've enjoyed myself. It's I don't know, and it looks it's pretty convincing looking like an actual NES. I saw someone online modded it and actually turned this into a real one. So they put like all the parts of a real one inside it, and the controller even unplugs. That's my show and tell.
That is fucking insane. I really want that.
Mm.
Hey, can I spend $300 on Lego?
I'm very lucky that my wife was just as excited about it as I was. She helped me build it. So,
Dude, you know what the problem is?
mine.
If I was to get that, and then they released a Sega Mega Drive, then they released Atari, Sega Master System. Good
When is
night.
it in?
I'd be buying them
I would
all,
go crazy. I would go crazy.
especially the 64.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's
I'd love a Nintendo 64. Man, that would be literally going, hey, Nick, you want me to just satisfy something from your childhood right here? There you go.
I don't know how I'm going to top that off. You should tell me I would have bloody put you last, mate.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Stolen my spotlight.
I'll lower the bar next time.
Very impressive, yeah.
Well, my show and tell is actually my first. I broke my virginity. I bought my first CGC book.
Hey.
Nice.
My first one. I tell you, I have anxiety, and I've never in my life witnessed my anxiety go so off its head, buying it, wondering if it's legit and all that stuff. But I got, want to get the glare around there, New Teen Titans. It's a 9.0. It's my boy, my second favorite character of all time, Deathstroke's first appearance.
Beautiful.
The book that I really want the most first appearance is, I'll move this way, my boy there, as you can see, The Flash. But I guess I'd have to sell my home for that one. So as you can see, I've got Deathstroke there. I'm going to get rid of the toy and hopefully put him on display behind there. But
Perfect.
yeah, I picked this up. It's what's it called? The newsstand edition. So the guy had it advertised for $450. So I was a bit anxious and wondering what do I do. So I what Mad Spidey, since he's saying what's up, his idea just to throw a low figure in. And I put in an offer of $330, I think $340, and yeah, he took it. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm hoping that's a good deal. I'm not too sure about it. Like I looked at the American pricing for a 9.0 and all of that, and it was like an 8.0 was like 400 Aussies. So I don't know. Like it's in one of the thin slab CGCs, because when I first got it, because the guy actually lived in Werribee, so obviously just around the corner, and he offered to drop it off. So I said, "Oh, sweet, no worries, drop it off." So got express postage at it while I'm at it, and yeah, it's just very thin. And I started because I'm used to seeing the thick slabs with people.
Yeah.
So I'm worrying, did this guy stooge me? Was fucking.
That's probably just the older version of it. But
I was showing Captain Sarah, and she showed me she got a Gotham one that's in the same thing. And then, because I have real bad anxiety, I was worried. But yeah, no, it's all legit now. I realize that. But yeah, 9.0, I'm pretty happy with that. My first bloody one.
That's good,
Never
man.
hurts to chuck a low offer, Matt. It never hurts.
Yeah, well, that's what Mad Spidey here said. That's why you should listen to me when I give advice. Well, clearly I did listen to you, and I listen to people when they give advice, even though people sometimes think I don't. But yeah, Deathstroke, don't really care. It's not really an investment kind of thing. It's more, I love him. He's my favorite character. I hope I'm one of those people. I really want a Ben Affleck kind of verse. What's his name? Deathstroke in a TV show or something like that. So. Yes, that was my show and tell for the week. So what we got? We got this week. Sorry?
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully, maybe I'll buy an Omnibus one day.
Well, there's two out and there's a new one that just came out.
Yeah, Deathstroke he's got a new one out, hasn't he?
Yeah,
all of Deathstroke series in single issues. Like he's one that I, like Detective and Batman. As much as I hate Detective right now, like I just want to throw. I freaking hate it right now, man. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't want to go on my thingo because then people are going to say that I'm like my rant, because then I'm going to look like an asshole. Which, if you guys want, I'll go on about my rant and look like an asshole. I don't care.
Hey, I'll listen. I'll be happy to listen.
I'll give you a quick why, because a lot of people say, "What? You're not enjoying Detective?" I think she's making Batman look like a freaking idiot, man. Like, especially that last issue. Or I read 104.2 was the last issue I read, where Vile, Batman runs into the trap, and making Batman look stupid, not a smart detective, and making Huntress look more smarter than him. And I don't like that. And then Tamaki, her dialogue just goes forever, man. She's like Ben Diaz. Like, I think just ease up on the dialogue. And yeah, I like to think she pushes things, but I'm not going to get into that stuff. But I just don't like it.
He's starting to look a bit silly. He's starting to look a bit silly in the Batman run with Tanyan as well, because
they're pissing on him, mate.
Scarecrow's outsmarting him easily now.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I'm not liking. Like, it's the same as him. Like, he's making Ghostmaker more smarter than Oracle, and it's not fucking on, mate. Like,
I will say though, he's relying a lot more on everyone else.
He is,
He constantly needs help. That's I guess that's probably where you're coming from as well.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's never
needed one helping them. So
he was asking for Nightwing and Robins and Oracle and Ghost Mate or Ghost Hunter, whatever his name is.
Yeah, they're saving him instead of
that's right. Yeah,
and this is what I'm enjoying. Like, obviously, the issue, I can't remember, after the Joker War, he, said that we need to be a family, we need to work together and all that stuff. I get that. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I miss just Batman taking things on himself, not looking like an idiot, getting tricked all the time. Like, he was the smartest detective. Like that's what I'm not liking. Like, it's not just her. Like, Tinian is doing it somewhat a bit. But yeah.
I just think that there's too much of the family and the side characters, all these Miracle Molly and all these new characters all coming in. It's not about Batman anymore, really.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, they're just making all, like, don't get me wrong, Punchline's I freaking love punchline. Give me as much punchline, whatever. But they're just introducing so many new characters. It's just like, what about I like the OGs. I know maybe other people are different when they're sick of seeing stories of Scarecrow, sick of seeing stories of all these old villains. I'm not. I love that. I don't like new villains because you've got to tell them all about their life and you got to spend 2, 3, 4 issues, building their character and where your characters that have already been done and your legacy characters. You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
I
And
didn't
sorry, Mark.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't mind the Hugo Vile too much because it was a bit of a different villain. Like, you can't really say in comics that there's been a villain like Hugo Vile around, especially in the Batman universe. So, for once, it was something different. Where Worth is just another, he's just another like Penguin, but just a bigger dude. Yeah.
And in the last few years, it's only been about Joker, Bane, and Scarecrow. I felt like there's really no one else they've highlighted. Like Riddler was years ago, zero hour or Zero World, whatever it was, 0 year. Sorry,
0 year, Riddler. I actually really enjoyed that one. But
that was almost 10 years ago now, wasn't it? It was ages ago. So
that long ago.
They need to bring in Penguin and all these other ones. Like make them the factor.
I'd like a Penguin to come in and be more involved. They did Tinian did a detective, only a little arc with Mr. Freeze.
Yep.
Where, Mrs. Freeze, how she broke free. And
that's right. Yeah. No, but they haven't really done Penguin for years. I can't remember the last time they've made him a
Well, they got Penguin a bit in, is it Tinian's or?
No, it's detective, yeah.
Detective Vile,
yeah.
He's always like on the side.
He's always the back, he's always there.
He's not the main protagonist.
Yeah, he's always the supporting one.
He's a gangster now. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's our rant from Detective.
I love it.
That was a good one.
We'll get into the next segment because I've got to go get my second jab in about 40 minutes and fuck, I'm not looking forward to it. But anyway, we'll get into the next episode. Oh, next. Little bit of technical difficulties there. All right. Mark, what caught your eye this week? What episode or show or movie did you watch?
Well, I caught up on DC Legends of Tomorrow, and I finished off season 6, and it's getting pretty bad. It's getting real.
Good to start with?
It was always corny, but now it's just gone too far. Like they can't even act anymore. They're getting it's just
Did you say season 6? It's gone on for a while.
Yeah, season 6 it just finished. Season 7's next week starts. So I liked up to about season 4, and season 5 and season 6 are really. And when they had Brandon Roth as the Atom, and Wentworth Miller and stuff like that, at least they were decent actors, and even if it was corny, they made it enjoyable. But now and spoiler, I'm sure you probably aren't going to watch it. Constantine's now dead, and so now he's gone. So there's really no reasonable characters left. There's still Caitlin Lutz, who plays Sarah. She's still around, Sarah Lance, but it's really struggling now. It's more about aliens in outer space, and they don't have the budget for aliens. It's just dudes in suits. It looks like the 90s Power Rangers, like they're in just alien suits. It's just, it's cringeworthy now.
Was it the same Constantine from the series?
Yeah, Matt Ryan. Yeah.
So they brought him back and killed him off again.
Yeah, but apparently next season he's the actor's acting, but he's as a different character next season. He's got like a beard. They haven't even got a new actor.
It's CW, mate. After CW, after 3 or 4 seasons, that's it.
Yeah. It was always corny, but you can do so much with time travel. I mean, like, look what they did with Doctor Who and stuff like that. You can keep it going. Yeah. With all that sort of stuff. But they just, it's bad writing. It's bad acting too now as well. Like,
I loved it when, and I stopped watching after this because to me it was like the cherry on the top. Jonah Hex, because I love Jonah Hex. I loved when they had him on the show, but yeah, man, it's like the Flash. It's died off. They obviously were smart enough to kill off Arrow, and I hope they don't do the same thing with Superman and Lois, though.
Yeah.
Are you guys watching Legends of Tomorrow?
No, I don't watch any of those shows. I did season 1 of Titans. Haven't followed up any other ones, but I don't generally do a lot of the TV shows, to be honest.
Season 2 Titans, I'm probably just saying this because it's Deathstroke. Freaking the best season.
I definitely want to catch up to it because I really enjoyed that first season. I love the ending of it with Batman. That was amazing. But
the current one, it starts off good, but it's died on its ass.
Right.
All right, Nick, what did you watch this week that caught your eye?
Look, I'm sure everyone watched What If. That was awesome. I loved the finale. I was pretty happy with that, but I won't dwell too much because it feels like a bit of a cop out. But I didn't watch a lot of TV shows. I've been watching a lot of movies. I checked out Lake Placid again. Haven't seen that.
Is that
since
the
I was
crocodile?
young. Yeah.
Yes,
That movie goes for 75 minutes. Like, it ended, and I'm like, all right, the crocodile is gonna like break free, and because I haven't seen it since I was like 10. Yeah, and I'm like, oh no, it doesn't. Like, they're wrapping up, and it ended, and I'm like, oh, okay. Including the credits, this movie goes for 82 minutes, and it was 7 minutes of credits. So I'm like, wow, all right. And then I looked into it, and there's like 6 sequels, so that's gonna be a bit of a deep dive, fun time. But I don't know, a bit of fun, stupid, cheesy. They marketed it as a comedy horror, but I don't think that they meant it to be a comedy. I think it just ended up being that way. I don't know. It was a bit of I don't know, baby. Ms. Myatt thinks it holds up. I don't know if it does. I'm not sure if it was ever good to begin with, to be honest.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I remember watching it.
Yeah.
I just can't remember if I enjoyed it or not, but I remember
it's
watching
just,
it.
It's just killing crocodile in a lake.
Who's
and
the
Betty
lead?
White is feeding them.
It was about the same time that Anaconda came out or something, didn't it?
It was. And Mark, I'm not sure if you subconsciously knew this or not, or you just said it to give me more juiciness. The 4th or 5th film of each respective series of Lake Placid and Anaconda is a crossover. So it's Lake Placid versus Anaconda.
Oh, I do remember seeing that at a video shop one time. Yeah,
it's those direct to DVD movies that you'll never pay big money to see or anything. But I'm kind of intrigued to check them all out. So it's kind of inspired me. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of fun. Yeah, Betty White with crocodiles. Like, I suppose there is definitely a little bit of an allure to that. But yeah, that's me. But yeah, I don't know. Check out Lake Placid so you know how I feel.
Well, since you went from that extreme, I'll go next and I'll go to my extreme. I didn't watch any shows this week because I was busy, but I'm going to catch all of them up to this week while I'm probably sick on the couch from my second jab. But my one that I watched last night with the missus is The Good Dinosaur. Disney.
Oh, good. Is it actually good?
It is. She thought it was too kiddie. Like, she loves her Disney Pixar, and she thought it was a bit too kiddie. I'm a freaking 35-year-old kid. I loved it, man. It is really good. It's funny because it's like, what happens if the asteroid misses and then the dinosaurs like survived and the cave people live with the dinosaurs. And it's just funny because like the dinosaurs act like the humans, like they got their farms and all that. And they actually act like the humans. They build and they water their farms, pull their crops. And then the cavemen like walk like dogs, scratch like dogs, bark like dogs.
Yeah, the savages.
They full flip it, and I was just like, you know what? It's really good. It's your typical heartwarming, sad. It's got that Lion King and probably Coco, if people have seen those, kind of mixed together vibes. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I was always loved my Disney Pixar when I was a young kid, but then I kind of stopped watching it and watched more my action and horror and that. But now with the girlfriend for the past year, we've relit that kind of thing and watching all these Disney films. And thank God to Disney Plus, you get to watch them all for free.
Yeah.
But I do miss going to the video shop. I won't lie about that.
Oh,
Pixar movies are awesome.
Friday, Saturday night adventures, just walking in and you're just looking at all the videos. You might not even rent them, but you look at them.
Yeah, my sister just tagged me this morning in like one of those blockbuster videos. Do you remember when you used to fight over who got the weekly and who got the fortnightly?
Yeah.
Having the arguments who got what video. But yeah, The Good Dinosaur, honestly, check it out. If you've got Disney Plus and you don't mind a Disney film, and it's actually really nice animation as well. Yeah. Go and check it out. Yep. DC, what did you watch this week caught your eye?
Well, I've been talking about. I was rewatching Fleabag. I've been talking about that for a few weeks. It's probably one of my favorite shows of all time. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's on Amazon. It's a British comedy.
A British comedy.
Yeah, it still makes me laugh. Seeing it. This is my second viewing of it. It still makes me laugh like 4 times an episode. It's just
What's
brilliant.
it about? What's the concept?
It's about a girl. She's like a sex addict as well, and she's just about her life and her sister and her relationships. It's only like 6 episodes each season, so it's a really quick half-hour show. They won a lot of awards for it, but I can't. I talk about it too much, so I'll stop. I also caught up on the latest episode of Why the Last Man. I don't know if anyone here is watching it.
I'm gonna wait to binge it when it's over.
Yeah. What? Yeah, Manny, get on it. It's brilliant. Why the Last Man is my favorite comic book of all time. Brian K. Vaughan, Pia Guerra. So it's based on that, obviously. And the show's a bit different. Look, I'm not loving it. I'm not looking forward to it every week, but I'm watching it. They've changed a few things like they do in TV shows, and they've watered down the main character and his importance a little bit, which I'm sure a lot of fans, hardcore fans like me, are finding a bit weird and not that happy about it. But look, it's a good show. If you like The Walking Dead, definitely check it out. I think we're about 6 episodes in now. It's on Binge, I think, or Foxtel, if you have it. Yeah, it's not bad. It's all right.
Cool.
Hopefully, it gets better for your sake.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm going to check out this Fleabag now.
Yeah, me too. I'm interested.
It's not safe for work.
For only 6 episodes, that's good. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And then half hour one.
Yeah, 20 minutes, half hour. Yeah, it's
Cool.
Going on, Ignacio.
I love a British comedy too. You have to like British comedies, but I
Me too. Yeah.
Great.
we actually watched after last week's stream. Lee was talking about Mr. Bean in his nostalgia section. So that we end up watching Mr. Bean as soon as the first movie.
Actually, I watched that yesterday. It's all right.
It holds up. Still holds up. I haven't watched I've never watched the holiday one, so I might watch that this weekend if I get the time.
Same, Matt. I was aware of it, but like I was, 16, 17 when that came out. I was too old for Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You went through. I remember you go through that phase, and then
but that movie was good. It's dumb, but I think it holds up. Like it's as good as it was then, if that makes sense.
Have you seen the TV? Did you watch the TV shows when?
Yeah. As a kid, especially, and it blew my mind to find out that there's only like 8 or 10 episodes in total. It's just that it just feels like there was heaps and heaps of episodes, but
it felt like it went on for years. But it just
did.
I thought
because they only did a couple each year, so they were specials. Yeah. So then, by the time Channel 7 airs them every Saturday or whatever night, there was one every week. So it just felt like it was a.
Yeah, it's true.
Man, I remember laughing my ass off as a kid when he just wouldn't jump off the diving board. I just yeah, and it was like a wholesome show that I could watch with my nan because nan would scrutinize everything. Oh, that's inappropriate. Oh, no, they swore. Oh, they didn't look right. Everything was not okay. But Mr. Bean, it just ticked all the boxes for nan. So it was a wholesome family night viewing. I loved it.
Love Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. Oh, I guess that can be our segue to our nostalgia. All right, nostalgia, something that we enjoyed as kids that we might all still enjoy today. Who knows? Mark, what have you got for us? Have you got something?
This week I'll talk about the original first movie of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 1980. So that was the first one that I went to the cinemas because I come from a country town in the middle of nowhere. And I was 8 years old then. And what it was the town hall that we had there. And they put a big projector up and all the kids went there and just sat on plastic chairs. And that was my first cinema experience. And it was Turtles. And the local pub's across the road. So all the parents went to the pub across the road while the kids just watched the Turtles movie. So, yeah. And that definitely still holds up now. I watched it in the Astor Theatre about 2 years ago. The first movie. Still love it. We'll always love it. So, yeah, that's my nostalgia.
First one's great.
I remember I was, I can't remember what year it came out. I think I'm a bit older.
90.
I was 10 or so. Yeah. I remember the excitement when that movie was coming out. It was it's funny. I'm going to talk about the Turtles too, so we're going to double up here. But I just remember the excitement. That was the first real movie that I was super excited for as a kid.
Yeah, I remember watching the morning show, and they had a little clip of Raphael running in the street with the trench coat on, and I remember watching it as a kid. Just about, I was going to school, and going, man, that looks real. Raphael's real. It's just
And I remember when the video came out, you could buy the video. It was like, Mum, I'll get that right now.
I collected all the cards, the turtle cards, of the movie.
Yeah, I've still got mine. Yeah.
I had the car. I had the car. I remember having the car.
Yeah. Those cards were great.
They made 3 of them, didn't they?
Yeah. Third one's the back into
the third one.
Yeah.
Is that the samurai one? The third one?
Yeah, third one's samurai one, and the
I
second
didn't
one's
mind that one. A lot of people didn't like it. I didn't mind that one.
Because the story was Pox. I just happened to have these next to me, so that worked out well.
Hang on.
They're cool.
So I'm going pop them up again. Got you on full screen now.
He's got more.
The NECA.
Oh, they're the NECA ones, yeah.
Ugh.
Great costumes. So great.
Oh, yeah.
I love the designs
I
of
got
the
recent
original
ones.
I'm spewing me old lady threw them out. My mum.
That's bad.
Yeah.
DC, you were saying you're going to talk about Ninja Turtles too, are you? Might as well.
So I've got the latest series here, which is fantastic. Mark, if you haven't read this is probably the greatest Turtles run of all time. So I don't know if you've seen these. These are all the hardcovers.
Oh yeah,
that's really cool. They really do a good job. IDW. Each one different cover, but it's really really great series. But yeah, Turtles was one of my first loves. I know I grew up with Voltron and He-Man, but Turtles came out later too. So I'll show some figures too. I've got the original
Donnie
from 1988.
And I had them opened and used to play with them. How much is it?
So I did too. I've recently grabbed these, and I've got
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady was my favorite.
Yeah, Rocksteady was my favorite.
Yeah. So, Raph, my favorite turtle. Rocksteady was my favorite bad guy.
The original 10 I'm trying to get graded, so I've got 8 of them. The other 2 are going to probably be a bit harder, a bit expensive, unfortunately. But I'll have to show them up. I've got about 12 of them all graded. So yeah, Turtles. I love the Turtles. They were one of my first loves for sure.
Have you checked out the NECA series of the 80s lines?
Yeah, like I said, it's toys. I don't want to start getting into toys because that can be an expensive hobby. But
it's a hole you don't want to fall down.
Stuff I showed. There's turtle ones that they've done for Super 7, which look so good. They're really based on the original ones from '88. They look sensational. So,
being that you love the Ninja Turtles, would it make you jealous that I used to have the arcade machine in my garage?
Yes, for sure.
Of Turtles in Time.
Yeah,
get the hell out of here. I love that game. The arcade version specifically, man.
Yeah, my man used to make arcade machines. That was one that we had in our garage.
Did you guys ever go to Fun City in Sunshine? Yeah, there was a Turtles in Time arcade machine there, and I can remember we went for my mate's 10th birthday, and we just stood there for 2 hours straight, just putting in dollar coins, just playing that over and over again. The 4-player, I love that game so much.
It's still in Bar Onica in the city. That's a bar. Yeah, Turtles are still there because we had our work break up there last year, and I was just on the Turtles game.
Do you remember going to Time Zone? They used to have lock-ins. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
We sat on that game and clocked it the whole way through for a few hours. But I remember
clocked it. I love that phrase. We clocked it.
Yeah, I'm in the north, so my mum used to work at the Broadmeadows shopping centre, and I'd go there every now and then. But across the road is the train station. In the train station used to have a little shop, and they had that game there. So I'd go over there all the time to play that game.
There's that and the Simpsons that I used to always fucking play.
Yeah. Simpsons is great.
The Simpsons arcade game is good. It's tricky. It gets hard towards the end, especially.
You always
never clocked them though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's right. And I always went Donnie because Donnie was my favorite.
Yeah, I was Raph.
Raph is the best one, mate. Love him.
Just adding on to what you showed. Again, this just literally happened to be behind me. This is the like the cartoon line from Neko.
Yeah,
And it actually just looks like I just realized Bebop's missing his glasses. Look how fucking terrifying that is without his glasses.
Yeah.
But like the other ones before, that looks like it jumped out of the movies. That looks like it jumped out of the cartoon screen, man. I love that kind of stuff. So, so for my nostalgia grab, it's a bit obscure, and I'm not sure just how much it's going to tickle you guys' fancy. But I can remember growing up in the 90s. Now these are still sealed because my wife's mum had them in a box for like the last 20-something years. I'm not sure if any of you guys remember these from Red Rooster.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I had them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I had the duck one.
I had Coyote.
I had them all. We collected them all.
Got Mickey and Goofy. I remember as a kid, the only one I had was Tweety because there was a few. I remember there was Looney Tunes and as well. I really cared about as a kid. That was my life. Sylvester and Tweety mysteries, man. But I only had a Tweety as a kid. But when my wife brought these home, like probably a year ago, I just found them in a box again the other day when I was tidying. I'm like, oh my god, this shit is amazing. Like, obviously they're worth hundreds of thousands of dollars because they're still in the plastic. Where was it? I think it was Red Rooster. I'm trying to.
No, I thought it was Macca's or Hungry
Macca's.
Jacks.
Yeah.
Hungry
I think
Jacks.
KFC.
Maybe it definitely wasn't Macca's. I really thought it was Red Rooster, but it doesn't actually say anything on the packaging. And I did a bit of a Google beforehand, and anytime anyone sells them, they just say Mini Mug or Mickey Mug or whatever. They don't say where it was from. So I can't remember. I think it was Red Rooster or Hungry Jack, one of those two. But I wasn't allowed to have a lot of junk food as a kid, so I didn't often get those. So they were very cheap, but one of my mates gave me a Tweety, and I lost it though, so I got to try to get it again.
Yeah,
So I can tick off that box. But yeah, I thought that was a bit of a fun throwback.
Mm.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, I completely forgot to do my nostalgia. I was too busy trying to figure out everything else. I forgot nostalgia. But being that you know what, being that we're talking about fast food, does anyone remember Barnacle Bills? Don't know if people in Australia, America would get it. Barnacle Bills used to be like a seafood kind of
Yeah.
No
franchise.
Mm. No,
Where were they located, Matt?
There was one in Taylor's Lakes. There was one in Tullamarine. I remember.
I can't say I the only kind of I remember Sizzler and Smorgies.
I was about to say Sizzler and Lone Star.
Oh, Lone Star.
I remember Lone Star was at Taylor's Lakes.
Yeah, that building is still there. It was a DiCaprio's for a while, but now it's La Porchetta.
Yeah, it's weird because there's La Porchetta there and a La Porchetta inside the bloody centre.
Well, the La Porchetta inside's gone now, so.
Oh, has it? I used to work there when I was at Rebel. I used to work there, but I haven't been there for about 3 years. Barnacle Bills, there we go. Spidey, was there one? Templestowe, there we go. There was one in Templestowe.
Barnacle Bills, right?
Yeah, man, it was the best. The playground was like you had the boat and it swung, and the playground was a ship. It was a seafood place.
Yeah.
It used to be. I don't know if you know Taylor's Lakes, where Slices is now. If Slices is still
Yeah,
there,
it's still there.
That was the first when that was first built. That was a Barnacle Bills.
Oh, well, that's for as long as I have remembered, that's always been a Slices. So this Barnacle Bills must be like a late 80s thing.
Yeah, I was 86. I would have been 5. It would have been, very early, like 90s, 91.
Was it good though? Like, was it good seafood or?
Yeah.
Not around anymore, so I'm not sure how good
it was next door to a McDonald's, so it's always going to be tough competition having a Barnacle
And you
Bills
know what?
door.
That Macca's is still there too, so isn't that funny?
I was just watching talking about Macca's. I was actually watching a video on how they make their money and how it's more on the real estate. It's got nothing to do with the actual meal.
Did you watch the movie with Michael Keaton?
That was awesome. That one. Crumb corn,
you're making me hungry, man, Spidey.
Thousand Island sauce was the best. Yeah.
Oh, I just want a bunch of calamari rings. That's what I want right now.
Well, that's what I used to get, the calamari rings all the time.
Oh man, good stuff.
Mm.
Well, there you have it. That was our nostalgia. I'll make sure next week I'm fully prepared for nostalgia.
You know what, Matt? You've really you did well. You winged it, but you've really made me. I can smell like the warm plates of an all-you-can-eat restaurant. You know, does everyone know what I mean? Like that warm. Yeah, like they've just cleaned them. Here's a fresh plate. Keep eating.
You sit at your table and you wait till they come out with that new fresh plate and you go, all right, let's go.
I would just always make sure I had enough room for chocolate mousse at the end. Like I would take a comical amount of chocolate mousse that no one would be able to reasonably eat, and then just
that was Pizza Hut. Remember Pizza Hut used to do all you can eat?
You always start with dessert.
Always went the jelly and the mousse, and then my mum, why do you eat the pizza? No, I'll take you in. You eat bloody junk food. And then
I haven't got all this mousse at home. I'm going to eat all I can while I'm here. It's the whole point of why we're here.
I can eat pizza whenever I want. I don't get mousse all the time.
Yeah.
Got to get your money's worth too.
The best mousse I've had was when I worked at Crust Pizza. Their chocolate mousse. It's up there with the Nando's one. I haven't had Nando's mousse for a while.
Yeah. Oh, that's not bad. You can get one at Costco. It comes in like a big 1 liter tub. It's not bad. It's a bit decadent, but oof, if you like that value,
it's a bit rich, that one.
It is a little bit. That's why you add just a little bit of whipped cream. Just a little bit.
No more junk food talk, man. Because I'm gonna go to shops now and buy a freaking whole bunch of junk food. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Talking Pop Culture Live with Aussie Omnibus Collectors. Be sure to go and subscribe to them. Be sure to follow them on Instagram. If you're rewatching this on the replay, go and check them out. They do some awesome videos. Follow Aussies as well from the same town. It's amazing that we're all from the same freaking town.
We're all half hour away from
the
each
same
other.
shop. We all shop at Cody.
That's all right.
I'm sure. I know I've bumped into Mark and I know I've bumped into Rod many times shopping there. I haven't bumped into you guys yet, but it's just amazing.
I'm an all-star boy, but I definitely, whenever I get a chance, I go out because Mooney Ponds is not really anywhere for me, but I'll go out of my way just to go check out Collector's Edge. You know,
I went to All Star just before we went back into our lockdown because I haven't been there before. I think, they moved where they are now. Did they move?
Yeah, they used to be. I think they were on Russell Street, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's where I think I've been before. Because their new one, I walked and it was all closed downstairs, and I'm like,
you gotta go.
Well, they moved to Queen Street, and then they've gotten rid of the bottom floor. So you go into that little lobby and go up the elevator. And
a guy said to me, he goes, "Oh, you looking for the comic shop?" I go, "Yeah, man. Are they moving again?" They're like, "No, you got to come through here up the elevator." And I was like, "Thank God he told me, or else I would have."
Yeah, I've walked past and I've just seen guys peering in, like, "Are they open still?" Like,
well, next time you're there, because my girlfriend's Colombian, go across the road. There's a real nice Colombian restaurant across the road from there.
Ooh, I'll drop your name.
Club Columbia. Oh, they won't know who or hell I am. Maybe they might know who.
Matt sent me. Matt.
Matt.
I can't even speak English, mate. So good luck.
I'll take my discount now.
Just drop the top.
Well, thanks for having us, guys. It's I've enjoyed my time.
Thanks for being on, guys. Really appreciate it. Everyone, like I said, be sure to hit the subscribe button for both of us. We've got the 400 subscriber giveaway, so check that out. Win some cool prizes. And thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll all see you guys soon.
Yep, cheers. Thanks.
Take care.